Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, see what's going on, of course, help you understand the next steps and essentially what's going on and how beneficial was yesterday's increase. Well, simply put, it was a very good increase and we're definitely looking very good here, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. Thank you again for joining me here. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love teaching people how to trade. I've been trading for over 16 years now, as a matter of fact, and I can tell you I just really truly enjoy helping people become better traders. Okay, so I have a trading academy and a link to the description below there, of course, CryptoCache.tech. Check that out, where I teach you how to become a better trader. I send out signals for every trade that I take, and we have an amazing community all growing and learning together. So check that out, of course, CryptoCache.tech. Taking a look here at Bitcoin, though, simple moving average is fantastic. We're right up above the 50-day SMA. Yes, we're still below the 200, but we're going to worry about that later, right? We'll figure that out when we get closer to 46,000. But for now, I do think we should continue to positively trend upwards from here. The main reason why I think that is because some of the worst case scenarios is behind us, at least partially. What I mean by that is yesterday we had that Fed meeting, of course, where the inflation was confirmed at 0.25%. That's been baked into the price, and I don't think we should expect that to adjust or to manipulate the price action as it has in the recent past. I think that fear, uncertainty, and doubt will start to subside now that we have a little more direction on what's going to happen with that. It's not official. Yes, there's going to be more increases, etc., but it's kind of expected, and they're being a little more transparent, and I think that's going to help us a lot here. So that was a big reason why we saw a large candle wick down and a large wick back up, and the price just kind of stayed above 40,200. So this key level support at 40,200 is now a key level support, was a previous resistance, right? So now that we have a close above the one-day candlestick, we can kind of essentially assume that that's a good support level, right? Now, is there any guarantees there? No, but the likelihood of it working as a support moving forward is higher because we did close above, of course, on the one day at that level. Therefore, this causes the 50 on the RSI to effectively be closed above as well. And it's a great sign. That's going to be working as a support level. Okay, so we got the RSI 50 and the 50-day SMA both working concurrently at the price action of 40,200. Which once again was a previous resistance level. All right, so very, very good stuff there in that sense. I love what I see here on the one day, looking very good. We're also fantastic here on the 4 hour as well, where we're up above both moving averages. Extremely important. They're also coalescing very close to 40,200. Now, albeit the 50 worked its way down a little bit here recently, but the 200 is working very close to that same support level. So we can kind of assume that anywhere between 38,000 and just say 40,000 as a round number is a very, very solid support channel. I think the likelihood of the price coming down below 38,000 is very, very low. And I'll explain more about that and what I mean by that here soon, but generally speaking, we're looking very good here in that sense. Looking at the 4 hour though, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the TD sequential. We can see we hit a 9 here recently. Oh, apologize. We hit a 9 here recently. So if you can see this, went right up to a 9. So 1, 2, weird candlestick, 3, 4. This is the election, or sorry, the meeting yesterday, the Fed meeting, and of course the price continued higher from there. So we hit this little kind of this peak right here at about 41,500 is a rough estimate, and the price has kind of been staying steady ever since. So good news is it broke this descending type of pattern that we had forming with Bitcoin, and now we got to close above that, which is excellent, kind of shifting that momentum to start making higher lows again. Okay. Because technically we are making higher lows in the one-day candlesticks. It's just that recently we did have this slight lower low pattern that just got broken here, likely with this. In other words, likely this next low should technically be higher as long as it stays and closes over 38,000. Okay, so again, 38,000 is kind of a key level support, or like a tentative support, so to speak, that we want to make sure that we stay above. Heaven forbid we lose 40,200. I think 38,000 will continue to hold, and we'll see 39, 40, 41 kind of slowly count our way up as we increase up this type of pattern here. In other words, if you see this, let's go ahead and get a better description here. You see this type of ascending line here. We've got 35,000 here, 37, 38, and I would say with the next couple of, maybe the week or two, worst case scenario, we see 39,000 and it continues to go higher. Okay, so again, we're just continuing this nice little pattern here, which is great. But as you can see here, of course, this is the lower lows that I was talking about. As long as the next low isn't lower than 37,700, I would say round number 38,000 instead, we're going to be in really good shape. Okay, so again, heaven forbid we lose 40,200, not the end of the world. The key is to not lose 38,000. That to me is a big point of contention there that would allow for us to continue to make higher lows. And that is extremely important in this overall projection, or the way that we're progressing upwards. We want to continue that progression. Okay. So again, all good stuff there. And obviously we're looking pretty good. So once again, 4 hours looking fantastic in that regard. We're just a bit on the overextended side, so it'd be nice to see some consolidation closer to 40,200. It'd be very, very normal and healthy if the price came back down to that point. Okay, so I would actually celebrate an entry at 40,200 at this point. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there in that sense. Let's go and take a look at the 1 hour and just quickly peek at the cloud. And this is kind of telling us here that, hey, the lagging spans intersect with the price action now. Not to say you want to necessarily close your position, but if you have just, say, a long position from recent, you bought in at 38.8 or somewhere in that range, you might want to consider taking profits before it pulls back. That's basically what it's telling us. So again, not a reason to just go ahead and close your position. Of course, we haven't fully dropped below the cloud. Conversion line still above the baseline. We're still 2 out of 3 indications here. But again, the Ichimoku cloud is a conservative indicator. It's going to tell you that, hey, lagging span intersecting with the price action, we're potentially losing that momentum. That momentum shift could result in a downward trend. And once again, I do feel as if 40,200 will hold. That would be probably a good dollar cost average target. Heaven forbid we lose that. 39 and 38 should hold as well. Okay. Again, generally speaking, it's a bit of a range because that's the thing, how things are going right now. Bitcoin has been range trading for some time. We've been range bound. We haven't broken out past 46,000, obviously. We've got a few other milestones to hit before we get there, but a close above 46,000 would be ultimately what we're looking for to get a nice bullish continuation and to understand that we're back on the right side of the tracks. Okay. Until we get there, we're going to keep continuing this type of channel trade where the price will come up, resist at a specific level, and come back down and work within key Fibonacci retracement lines. So that's kind of what we want to anticipate and look at. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and pull this up here really quick, kind of get just perspective and see, as we can kind of tell, based on Fibonacci, we are looking at 40,700 as a strong potential for an area that is going to be a support level. So right now, it's kind of trending right around this level, as you can tell, effectively holding that support. Heaven forbid we lose that, we come down to 40,200 / 40,000. This is going to be a nice little support channel. Okay. So ultimately, I love what I see here so far. Bitcoin is exuding some really good behavior. Once again, making higher highs and higher lows. Well, I guess you could say that's a lower high. So technically speaking, we're still making higher lows. But again, this retracement is very standard, very normal, nothing to be overly concerned with. Okay, so again, I would welcome a retracement down to 40,000. I think that'd be good, actually. It'd be helpful to kind of give it that little rest and relaxation before the next leg up. Because again, stronger legs up are followed by strong consolidation periods, right? You cannot keep the price continuing higher without any type of retracement. So again, this is healthy, but it does look like 40,750 or 40,800 is a round number, is working really well as a support level. So if we lose that, 40,000 / 40,200 is the next key level support that I think will be a little bit stronger. So I would consider adding to your position at 40,200. That's just kind of my sentiment there. And it might be advantageous to consider an open position with a stop loss somewhere below 38,000. If your stop loss is below 38,000, heaven forbid, the price wicks down to 38 and comes back up, you're still in good shape. You don't get stopped out. All right. So again, little strategies there to kind of help keep you abreast and keep you informed and obviously in good shape. Because that's what we got to do. We're surviving the market, right? We're not thriving just yet. We will thrive soon, but it's all about survival in these transitionary times. Bearish market, total survival mode. When we come to this channel trading here, you can do very well with it. We've taken a lot of profits recently by just pretty much buying at the lowest point in which Bitcoin is channeling and selling at a higher point, essentially having our profit targets, always 3 profit targets at a specific price point just above in case there's a breakout. Again, all good stuff that I cover in my trading academy and my signals that I send. You know what I'm talking about, obviously, if you're currently a community member. But thanks again so much to current community members, of course, for your continued support. I love our roundtable discussions every week, and I really just truly enjoy working with you every day. So thanks again for that. Other than that, honestly, not much else we can really note here. I guess we could take a look at TD sequential, but it's going to get a few resets here. So I would say to summarize, expect the price to consolidate at either the current price point, 40,800, which is essentially currently the support level. But prior to that, or just say we were to lose that, of course, then what we're looking at is 40,200 is the next available support level. So I'd consider adding to your position if the price comes down to 40,200. That'd be probably a good DCA target. Other than that, I think we should expect a little more consolidation before the next leg up, and Bitcoin should, in fact, probably increase in price here in the near future. That's just a strong speculation based on the overall momentum here. This is a nice trend. It may not happen immediately. We might even see a retracement this weekend. That's very common for a nice green week. So just be mindful of the fact that Friday / this weekend could be a bit of a consolidation phase. But I think the likelihood of the next leg up is pretty high, considering we're holding this trend line upwards and we're making higher lows consistently. That to me is extremely important. So once again, thank you so much for joining me here. We'll go ahead and take another look, of course, tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you're not currently a community member, CryptoCache.tech is the site. I look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time.